Welcome to the blog. We've got a couple of questions this week. How to focus before training or competition, and how to work techniques according to your style. Before training, don't need to focus. Just turn up. You worked hard, you train, you study hard, and just come and have fun. For competition, it's a little bit different. There is a good book I read years ago, which is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Technique by Jean-Jacques Machado, and I'll leave it at the gym for people to read it. What I understood out of it was for competition you need one good takedown, one good sweep, and one good guard pass, and one good submission, and that's all you need to do. When I see students all the time before comp, I always ask them, it's like, what are you planning to do when you go to comp? So you just need to decide your game plan from day one. You can't just go and ask like, I'm just gonna see what happens. So you need to decide what you want to do when you compete. You need more physical training as well, like running or whatever takes your fancy, but and more rolling. Like I see people missing rounds during sparring before comp, and it's like I never heard anybody saying I was too fit for competition. They always say I gassed out, I didn't have enough roll, and this is the reason why I lost, which is true. Your forearm will burn out the first, and you have to do some pull-up with gi and cloth and a towel. So just put a towel over and just do pull-up, because your hand, your fingers will burn out first for competition. That's really what happens. Now, competing is a different story altogether. You need to compete to be good at competing. Like a lot of people, they think, okay, I'm going to train 6 months and 9 months, and what happens is they get smoked. They lose, and they're like, okay, that's not for me. But they don't realize that if somebody just competed from day one and they did 4 competitions, meanwhile, they'll have that experience. So competing is more important than actually mat time during training, because you need that. So a good example would be, say, Dominic is 14 years old, and he's already got like 4 or 5 competition already. By the time he'll be 16, he'll have heaps more, and it'll be no longer any future for people that join the sports at 18, because they will be competing with people that competed already 20 times since they were 40. So, which leads to the question is like, which is great, but you need to compete. So, if you want to become a competitor, just compete right now. How to work techniques according to your own style. So that's quite difficult. When I was a white belt, my first sweep was a hip bump sweep. And after that, people in my gym start like, okay, he's going for that sweep all the time. And I was like, okay. And they start countering it. They start posing down, shoving that fist in the chest. And later on, I was like, okay, it's quite open. It's open for the scissor sweep. And I went for that and cross choke. And then later on was the omoplata sweep, which is when people start standing up, and it's like, what do? You just omoplata sweep them. So in a way, what we're trying to understand here is define what you like to do, and just choose a guard system that you like. Guard system is very easy to do. You just find something and just do it as good as you are. And then people will later on will catch it, and then they'll get better at it, and then you'll be forced to actually change it to a different guard, which is very great because this is where everybody's improving and we all are just better ourselves. And it's you'll think, okay, I'm not improving, but it's everybody's improving. Your guard is improving, his guard pass is improving, and a lot of people that don't want to play guard, they will just become better guard pass as well, because they will see that there is weakness in the game, and this is good for everybody. Which for competition as well, like the problem is when we just want raw and we just want to just have a nice raw and easy raw. But if you want to train for competition, what I suggest is you start learning the rules, because I was surprised actually some people don't know the rules, and you need to know the rules. So go on the website, I've got a blog about it as well, and you need to know what is illegal, what is legal for your belt level, and as well as, and when you roll for competition, is you need to actually roll and know in the point system. And this is one thing I like to do, is even though I know I don't compete, I always work out with the points and look at the clock as well. So it's like, just while training, just go, okay, I swept the guy, I got my 2 points, and then later on I'm gonna work my guard pass, blah blah, and then suddenly when you read the 3 minutes, and then you go like, okay, I've got 2 minutes left, you gotta work out and trying to escape, and this is what it's really important. So in a way, you want to be that guy that actually rolls during training and know each point that you score and where you're losing, because if you don't do that, you're gonna have a hard time at competition, because the competition is like, it's all about who scored first, and then after that it's gotta catch up. So if you get the takedown or you get the guard pass, after that person has to watch out, and you have to know the rules if it's a sport that you want to do. That's about it, really. Don't want to extend your time too much, and hopefully I get more questions next week, and we're gonna keep adding to that. Also as well, thank you for reading the blog. I've got like 100 views every day, which is awesome, and we'll just see how it goes from there.